week 8 in college football, and the seats are getting hotter and hotter for the coaches, that is. Miami, University of Miami, Virginia Tech, LSU, of which they've already decided to let their coach go, Ed Orgeron. He'll be a hot name in college football as well. I'm pretty sure somebody's going to try to nab him. Just a couple of things on my mind, in terms of, the teams that have the best chance if something were to happen where the coaches were let go. What teams have a chance to bounce back the quickest? The three teams, I'll just go ahead and say the three teams that I think have a great chance to bounce back the quickest are, of course, LSU, because they already have a roster full of talent. USC, definitely, if they put a coaching staff in place, has a great shot at being really good again, I believe. USC is a national brand, so they're always going to get, some of the top kids in California. And of course, University of Miami Hurricanes. I think those three teams specifically have a great shot at being really good again. Miami has a lot of young talent, a lot of young guys playing. And I'm not advocating for Manny Diaz to be fired. We know this is a results-based business, so if you don't win and the administration doesn't believe in you anymore, if the fan base turns on you, it's only a matter of time before you're let go. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm not really sure about, if he'll have an opportunity to finish out the season. Miami has a game against NC State today, well, tomorrow really, and we'll see how Miami comes out and how they look. NC State is a really good team. They're solid on both sides of the ball, so that'll be interesting to see. I do believe that game will be close. I'm not really wanting to give a prediction on that, but I think that game will go a long way in determining whether Manny Diaz makes it through the season. And another team I'm going to throw in there, Scott Frost from Nebraska. They've looked pretty good the last couple of weeks, even in losses. But at this point, I don't think anybody wants any moral victories, so I have a hard time believing that, a proud program like Nebraska is going to allow that to keep going on. I do believe they're going to have a harder time trying to win on a consistent basis, in terms of competing for Big Ten championships and maybe even competing for a playoff spot. I think they'll probably have the hardest chance of doing that because the recruiting for the state of Nebraska, that's really not a recruiting hotbed. Let's just keep it real. That's not a recruiting hotbed. They might have a couple of players each year that might be Division I caliber in terms of being able to play at the highest level. So I do see them as a team that could possibly get perennial or get back to winning, 8, 9 games, but I don't see much beyond that. They're in a particular part of the conference, the Big Ten West, where they should be able to compete, but it's going to be a lot harder for them. So I'm looking at University of Miami, looking at LSU, USC, and Nebraska as really coaching jobs where the coaches are on the hot seat. And of course, we already spoke on LSU. They're going to be replacing their coach at the end of the season. University of Miami could follow suit. We don't really know. That's to be determined. I do believe that USC, depending on who they get in there, they do have some pieces to where they can be pretty competitive pretty fast. I'm hoping they get somebody in there that can bring some physicality back to both lines of scrimmage because, to me, just looking at them, they don't really look like a physical team. And I'm just, based on me, knowing what the position's supposed to look like, offensive line-wise and defensive line-wise, they have the talent, but the physicality, I think, is lacking. So somebody that will get in there and possibly bring that edge back to USC because they are a national brand. I'd love to know what you guys think. Who else do you believe is on the hot seat? These are just some, different topics, things I was thinking about. Comment, like, share, subscribe. I'd love to know in the comments who you feel has an opportunity to to bounce back quick. You know, if a change is made at the top. So this is Coach Blocker with Dominate the Trenches. Peace out.